Well, hello everyone. My name is Jeremy Hooper, and I'll be discussing the methodology portion of our research project. Our team selected the mixed method design, so there'll be both quantitative and qualitative elements to our study. In the first phase, we'll conduct an ex post facto extraction of safety information from publicly available databases. Then we'll conduct a quantitative analysis through the lens of the Human Factors Analysis and Classification System, or HFACS. Our goal is to learn as much as possible about what's happening in the field on these turnarounds so that later on we can explore the how and the why. Now, existing research provides some great data points, but unfortunately, a lot of it's limited in scope and or focused on a particular airport. We want to explore the ground handling accidents across the spectrum of operations, from airlines to general aviation to military, also looking at large airports and small airports across the country. Now, the challenge is where to find all this data that we need to extract, and one might logically think the NTSB accident database is a good place to start, but unfortunately, due to the definitions of what the NTSB considers an aircraft accident, most of the operational periods that we're looking into are excluded in those particular databases. Another good source would be the company-generated ASAP reports through the safety management system, but unfortunately, a lot of those reports are considered proprietary and privileged safety data that we're not unlikely to get for academic purposes. However, we did find two viable sources of data. One's through the IATA Global Incident Data Exchange, which now includes ground incidents, and also the NASA's Aviation Safety Reporting System. Now we're going to select approximately 100 representative mishaps. We're going to look for keywords in each of the narratives of these mishaps, and we're going to classify them each according to the elements of HFACS that apply to each of those incidents. And hopefully along this process, we'll be able to identify themes and trends to help us explore more detail in the qualitative phase. As we move on to that phase, we'll select 10 to 15 volunteers who actively work in the industry, ask them to do a telephone interview with us, and we'll ask them some open-ended questions designed to explain the data that we collected in the first phase of the study. For example, if the data reveals that there's a large amount of intentional non-compliance, we'll ask some questions designed to determine the culture and management environment and supervisory factors that would explain why that might be the case. From this data, we'll be able to make recommendations to mitigate the human factors causes of these mishaps. Well, now I'll pass it along to Stephen to discuss the possible results of our study.